I'm HIV positive, right? And this is just a PSA to those that are not HIV positive. Disclosure is my choice. When I disclose and how I disclose and who I disclose to is up to me. I find it so crazy how people are telling me that I need to disclose before I go on a date, that I need to disclose before I kiss somebody. This is
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Cafe Belmont. My name is James Belmont. Thank you for joining me. Today, the topic of this video is sexual status disclosure and why it is important to do so. The purpose of this video is not to demonize anybody, but to explain both sides and give a reason why it is important to disclose your status and give the person a chance to decide for themselves if they want to be with you or not. Now, this topic came about after I was watching a video of a woman explaining the reasons why she should not have to disclose her sexual status or the fact that she has HIV to her partner. She does not believe it is her responsibility to do so, even though the disease resides in her body.
I don't think that it's my responsibility to tell someone that I'm HIV positive if they are treating me as if I'm not.
Personally speaking, I think it is extremely reckless and selfish at that. I would imagine the person who gave this to her did not disclose their status to her, and as a result she contracted the disease. It is extremely disingenuous and deviant. Now, there may be a couple reasons as to why she may have this perspective. One that I could think of is the fact that she does not want to be alone, so she relieves herself of any responsibility and blames it on the other person, telling them it is their responsibility to figure out if she has this disease or not. Although it would be a lot easier for her to just disclose her status and save everybody a lot of trouble. That being said, however, we also need to acknowledge that there is a stigma around this disease. I keep calling it a disease even though it is a virus, but regardless, we already started doing it. From what I've noticed, people who are on medication who take it regularly and they have a undetectable viral load, when they sleep with another person, the person has a lower chance or an extremely low chance of actually getting HIV or any other STD that is similar to HIV. But that does not mean that they can't contract it. There is still a chance of transferring it to the partner who you're sleeping with, and that slight chance is the reason why you should give them the chance to make the decisions for themselves to see if it's a risk that they would like to take. Another reason why I think it is extremely selfish for her to do something like this is because more than likely the person who gave her this disease did not disclose their status, as I said before. When she found out that she contracted something like this, it ruined potential avenues that she would want to explore in the future. She probably felt furious, sad, mixed with a little bit of despair. All of those emotions are justified in a scenario like that. Knowing what it feels like to have a virus like that and choosing not to disclose it, just like the person who gave it to her, is one of the most despicable things another person can do. There are a lot of evil things people could do to another person, but this is probably top 10 in my opinion. You are probably worse than the person who gave it to you because you know what it feels like for a person to do that to you, and then you repeat the same behavior, ruining another person's life and not giving them the chance to decide for themselves. That being said, there are parts of the video that I do agree with. People who decide to sleep with others without knowing their sexual status and doing so without any form of protection is extremely reckless.
Why are you kissing a stranger or trying to kiss a stranger that you just met? Why are you trying to have intercourse with someone raw that you just met? You don't know me from a hole in a wall. Why are you trying to put your thing inside of me without any kind of protection?
If they contracted the virus this way, then it's more than likely their fault and their responsibility. In a scenario where they do not know their status, I still believe that it is their responsibility to check before they enter in any form of relations with another person. But the person who they're sleeping with should do the same for themselves and actually ask. Regardless if they knew that they had the disease, they should be checking their status. I was trying to understand her thinking as to why she may think this is a valid reason or like an excuse not to reveal her status. I already explained the lonely aspect of it, but there's a little bit more, I think. So I would imagine, just like anybody else, they would want to find their perfect person, the person who they would want to spend the rest of their life with. Let's say she meets somebody that checks all of her boxes, the perfect man, so to speak, the man that she would want to marry. Because people aren't properly educated on STDs like HIV, people have a perception that these people are ruined for life. So, what she would try to do is to leave the responsibility on him to ask or figure out that she has this virus. Or in her head, she does not want to ruin a good thing over a disease that has an extremely low probability of transferring, provided that they're taking their medication, of course. So she feels as if it's non-existent, almost like she does not have the disease at all. She does not feel she needs to ruin a potential relationship over something that does not or probably will not transfer to him. The ironic thing, if this is the way she justifies her position, the person who gave her this probably thought in a similar way. Why ruin a good thing if it's not going to transfer to anybody? We have no way of knowing if the person was taking medication or not, but that's not the point. The point is, she did not receive the choice because he or she thought it wouldn't matter because they were taking medication and therefore it was okay. That's what I think she would use as a justification for her reasoning. In conclusion, there are a lot of people out there that got hurt and would like other people to feel the same pain that they do. It is up to you to be as vigilant as possible and protect yourself and your future prospect. This has been Cafe Belmont. My name is James Belmont. Thank you for joining me. Before I go, tell somebody in your life that you love them, and I'll see you soon. Take care.